privileged, you feel special. You should. Anyway, lots of stuff. Once again, Showfest tonight, 5:00, Twitch, WPI_IMGD. Come. I'm gonna get IMGD affiliate status. Woo! Then you can all give me bits. Or give IMGD bits. I don't know how any of that works. Okay. Oh, my back hurts. I just want this day to be over. I know you're very excited. Wait, hold on. Okay. Okay. Business. Do I have any business? Oh, I know. I've done a horrible thing. Canvas. Let's get to Canvas. Because I have not put this up yet because it's the busiest day of the year for me. So DO1. Hold on. The assignment that is due Monday night. Everybody just went, okay. So let me quickly edit this and then I will share it with you. Actually, it's due Tuesday, not Monday. Sorry. Due Tuesday. At what is Tuesday? Is 5:13, 5:12, 5:12. 5:12. Please note that as of May 13th. This is a list of postmortems. Okay. Okay, so let me share this. Points. Oh, the points have changed. This is the best because I am doing my work. Postmortem is worth 10 points. So let's make that worth 10 points. There we go. And this is, and everybody's got to do this individually. It is due the 12th. I will make it midnight on the 12th because why not? Save and publish. There we go. Okay, back to Zoom. Here we go. Share this screen. I know you're very excited. Share. And let's get the chat room up. Okay, so for Tuesday, and I'm telling you this so that you can plan ahead. For most of it, you probably can't write it until Monday night, and so I wouldn't expect you to be able to write it until Monday night. So 7:00 till midnight on Tuesday, I have different expectations than if I give you a week to write this thing, right? So this is it should have 4 sections. Oh, there. So no more than 3 pages long, double spaced. Okay, 3 pages long, double spaced. Think about that. That's not a lot of writing. So 4 sections. What I did for our ARG. Already, all the last assignment with your plans and who's doing what. Um, I, you know, I see who was assigned what, and then we get the after story of who actually did what. Um, Also, I like to say every year, it's my joke. It makes me laugh. Some of the best fiction I get every year is for that section. Um, so uh, please, though, write nonfiction. But when four people say in theirs, I made this, uh, and we don't know who this person is, and then that person says I was in charge of everything. Um, I tend to believe the four people. So then what went right? What went wrong? This is also known as the challenges we faced. Um, so try to stay. No, Eddie's cat does not need to submit one. What's the minimum? A page and a half, Eddie. Uh, it, Honestly, if you're writing less than a page of double spaced text, I don't think it's maybe a sentence or two for each of these things. And come on, give me a little more than that, right? Uh, what went wrong, though, I want to say is not um, it's not a bitch session. So please don't use it as such. It has in the past devolved into that, where uh, basically people, what went right is a paragraph long, and what went wrong is a page and a half long. Um, and that page and a half is this person didn't do this and that person didn't do that, and I asked this person to do this. Um, uh, so I would, as always, a post-mortem should be more introspective. So what could you have done better is really the question here. Or did what didn't go right or as right as we wanted it to, instead of what went wrong? Yeah, that's exactly it. What challenges did you face that uh, you maybe could have done better with, right? So um but acknowledging what what happened, and saying, geez, um Dean got fired, that it was terrible, we're all broken up about it, um is a perfectly legitimate thing to say. In the past, I've told you about the some of the big sending the players off to a cemetery at 3 a.m. That went wrong. Um, you know, the getting Dean scolded various times. The plan to tell everybody that they had just drunk poison water, that was probably ill-conceived. Um, one group was giving away water, the other group was saying that water is poison, but you couldn't find the second group until after you had plenty of time to drink the poison water. It wasn't poison, it was just water, but that would have been bad. And finally, lessons learned, or what I do differently if I knew then what I know now. Um, so again, this is a time for introspection, um, to say, hey, maybe I should have done uh, this, or the other thing is to say, maybe we should have done this. And I already told you the number one thing. I don't think it's as much of a problem. I think both ARGs this year are more planned and prepared than they have been in many years. Um, and part of me thinks that's just because you're all stuck at home and this is fun to do, right? um, and so the prep work gets done as opposed to uh, uh, endless meetings, and then you go off to work on other classes or whatever. So anyway, so I think um, uh, the number one lesson learned was we should have started earlier in all past years, and I think you started in plenty of time and worked steadily through the time you had up until launch, and we're ready for launch. I don't see any panicking. Um, but that's just my impression. A lot of it's easier this year also, I think, to hide things from me because there are all sorts of, you're all communicating electronically, and there are all sorts of back channels that you could possibly uh, be panicking through. Um, but stay pretty much up to date on the Discord. Um, Even when it says I'm not there, I'm usually there. Okay, so um, your grade will include the work you did for the ARG. So if you would like, you may include as many supplementary materials um, as a bibliography. So if you're an artist and are particularly proud of some piece of art you did or some graphic design layout you did, screenshot it and throw it in, and that doesn't count towards your page count because I can flick through pictures really quickly, right? If I don't know, you get an amazing email from a player that is hilarious and wonderful, screenshot it and include it. If you're proud of a piece of writing, screenshot it or just copy paste it and include it. Picture is worth 1,000 words, so it should count. No. So, uh, uh, and notice I don't give you word count, I gave you page count. So many times I say no more than 1,000 words. But here I give you pages. Is Gama Sutra, I admit I have not checked this link, but yes, that is a good search for Post Mortem on Gama Sutra. Gama Sutra used to be the place where game developers published postmortems of video games. So the very first video game on that link is BioWare's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. So you can just think, well, but that was May 3rd. That was a couple days ago. So look at what the professionals do, because here's the other thing: they keep things positive too, right? They're because they got to work with these people, right? And they can't be publicly saying Bob over in the artist nook was crazy and would throw things at me, and maybe if we got rid of Bob, uh, everybody's stress level would have gone down, right? So the fun thing is to read these, and I've read them for years. To read them and kind of read between the lines, especially on games that you know are not good, right? And say, what went right and wrong during the development of Persona 4? I don't even know what Kine is. Classic postmortem of how what went wrong with Persona 4, Carrie. Now you can know. Um, a controversial touring carts post-mortem from Ivan Casales. So kind of fun. And every once in a while, somebody decides to burn bridges in a post-mortem and just let it all hang out. Oh, well, the Persona 4 Golden. Oh, let's see. Wait, hold on. What's this? Oh, where's that? Oh, you mean this? Oh, still in the shrink wrap? Oh, I gotta get rid of get rid of my background so you can see it. Come on, none. See, still in the shrink wrap. Haven't played it. I don't even know. I went to grab my Vita, which I thought was over there on the charger, but it's not. I have no idea where my Vita is at the moment. Oh, I'm recording.
Nick is like,
sorry.
Yeah, give me that game.
Wait.
I'll remind you to record.
Wait, I don't have my headphones on. I can't hear anybody. That's what happens when I stand up. Now I gotta switch my background.
Nick's all, hey, remember to record, right? Because if I remind you, then you'll give me a game.
Yeah,
I want that one.
No, this one.
That's the last you'll ever see it.
I haven't played it. I played Persona 3 PSP, which led to my famous my big YouTube triumph of I've replaced the left analog stick on my PS Vita myself and did a step-by-step how-to guide of how to do it, and became internet famous among people whose Vitas broke because Sony would charge $129 for you to send it back and have them repair it. And at that time, I don't know how much a Vita is going for now, but at that time, you could buy a Vita for $149. So $139 or $29 repair just seemed crazy. So I bought an analog stick off of eBay for $20 and went and found an iFixit guide and made a video of me replacing the stick, figuring this is probably going to go horribly wrong and I'll end up buying a new Vita. And it worked. And it all worked. And my stick worked. And I had already gotten permission from my wife that if it didn't work, I could buy a new Vita. But it worked. So anyway, well, everybody has opinions about Persona. I never finished Persona 3. It just went on and on and on. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so write a post-mortem and go read some of these. They're kind of interesting and cool to read. Okay, next. Let's get reports. How we doing, Liv or Luna? Is Luna here? Where's Luna? No Luna. Guess that's you, Liv.
Alrighty. So we had a couple issues with day 2, being that the autoresponder for like there was a puzzle that you would figure out that you had to email a specific phrase to a specific email, and the autoresponder on that email was meant to be set so that players would be able to access the information the next day.
Mhm.
But there was a miscommunication between us and tech, and turns out you can't actually set a specific time on these autoresponders. You can set how long it takes before it responds. So it only took an hour for it to respond instead of responding the next day.
Mhm.
And then we were having a lot of trouble getting in touch with tech to figure out how to fix that issue. So I think ultimately hopefully the autoresponder was changed so that it would be 7 hours instead of an hour. So at the very least, it could be like a decent amount of time in between.
Mhm.
But that was still a bit of
Okay.
an issue. So I
So,
think we had 11 people who got all the way through our day 3 puzzles yesterday.
ooh.
Um,
And yesterday was day
2.
1, 2.
Yesterday was day 2.
Okay.
So they're a little ahead, to say the least. Um,
But you've also got to assume that uh, if one person got to solve something, everyone saw the solution. I mean, it's
yeah.
not always true, but that's kind of the way you have to do it. Can a character? So basically, they're done with they finished yesterday, right?
No, they only finished like half of them because
There's
we didn't have the answer for the puzzle 2 out yet. So they didn't know about the puzzle 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was something that they could get to for the second puzzle of the day, but it needed to have something posted onto it. It was like you followed a Snapchat,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would post on the Snapchat, like on their story, what the next clue was. And since that wasn't posted on there, they couldn't finish that puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
So they got halfway through. They got like, I don't, 3/4 of the way,
Okay. Well,
like further than we would have liked,
mm-hmm.
to be sure.
So,
But other than that, I think
so today, I like everybody kind of knows that it's 2 things a day, right? So, so my question is, at the once they finish the puzzle for today, or whatever's left for today, are they going to be looking for more, or is there some story or writing thing that tells them to wait until tomorrow that they've finished today?
there's something that tells them that they're done.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because if not, I would say let's put something. As
Yeah.
long as so, do you have a general tenor of their morale? Are they happy, angry?
I
Don't know.
only the only like good sort of gauge I personally have on how well the players are doing are like who has managed to email the email, and what I know from the people I specifically know are playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that my parents are playing, and then I have a set of friends who are playing. And my friends, I think, sort of the puzzle for day 1 was too easy for them.
Mm-hmm.
So they finished it really quickly, and then were not really interested in continuing the second day, which
That was
was,
your parents?
no, those were my friends.
Oh, okay.
Because we're also playing the SKC thing, so they would rather have played that, which was sort of a bummer. But I think that they're looking into the stuff right now.
Okay.
And then my parents just didn't get around to it because they're busy. And
Well,
then clearly,
that is the biggest enemy to every ARG, right? Is your attention spans and uh, the engagement economy, right? I can only engage with so many things every day. So, you know, something's got to go some days, right?
yeah. And then I think we were also having a bit of an issue with, there was a specific part of the day 2 puzzles that players had to get to, but it wasn't linked the way at least that I had thought that it was supposed to be linked.
Mm-hmm.
So there, like, I had written up the sort of like player like playthrough originally, and then Lena made some edits to it, which, so the two of us missed that there was this like complete disconnect on this one puzzle. So I think it was Erin who sent out the second thing to her friend because she couldn't find it. We're like, why can't she find it? And we're like, it is not linked where it's supposed to be at all.
Mm-hmm.
So players couldn't find it. So then they had to communicate in the forum. But I know that not everyone has access to the forum because the people who like had like didn't get it through recruitment, like the people whose friends are playing it, at least mine, I didn't send them the Ardeo Corp forum because I didn't think it was necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent them just the rabbit hole because I was like, they'll get there.
Yeah.
So they had no access to the second part of the puzzle for the day until like halfway through the day, which didn't end up being a huge issue, but it was just a kink in
Right.
action. So
Right. So, but is there no way to get to the Ardeo forum without just being told to go there?
I don't.
Because I just got that initial email and went there. Right.
Yeah, there's no link to it anywhere other than like if you're just sent the forum. I was under the impression, so clearly there was a miscommunication on my part, and I misunderstood how we had planned to roll things out. But I was under the impression that the cooking video, was supposed to go on the Anti-Sweetum's web homepage. I thought that's how that was supposed to work, and that homepage would be linked on the Anti-Sweetum's Twitter. Which is something that I had discussed previously in I think voice chats with several people, but at some point we decided to get rid of the homepage and just link the video straight up, and I missed that. And so my initial understanding of how the plot was supposed to run through was that you'd be able to find the Anti-Sweetum's website, which is linked under Ardeo, and then get to the Ardeo homepage, which also has the forum. So then you could learn more about Ardeo. But at present, I do not know how players are supposed to be able to get to that website.
Can someone either from gameplay or writing answer that? How do we get to Ardeo if we're not just pointed there? Can we have somebody point to Ardeo, a character point to Ardeo? Anybody?
If
I guess not.
if we need to, there are a variety of solutions that we can do. We can link it on. I know that we made an Ardeo Twitter earlier on that we were not really going to use, but we can, if need be, we can link it on the Ardeo Twitter and then have Anti-Sweetum's follow them so players can follow that track through. Or we can have Anti-Sweetum's tweet out like, oh, our parent company has just joined Twitter. Like, here's their page, and like have them linked to that.
Okay.
There's things that we can do. It's not like an unsolvable problem.
Right. I figure. And actually a huge argument over how to pronounce Ardeo or Ardeo.
Sebastian actually suggested that, where is his comment, that he
just said yeah.
Oh, I thought he was answering to, so Elena is suggesting that Lauren can link to it. She's an insider.
Yeah, she can. I don't know when she would though. That's my only problem, is that she sort of, you get in contact with the autoresponder for Lauren Beats, but that's only meant to link to the Spotify puzzle. And I don't know when the next time you actually contact Lauren is.
Okay. Well, have someone send it out.
Yeah, I can do that later today if need be. If anybody else, yeah, Lena, if you know when Lauren emails the players, we can have it like that if that's what we would prefer. But I can also just link it through Twitter later today if we need to.
Okay. Great. Okay. Whew. What next? Writing. How we doing?
Well, other than this new thing that just popped up, which is the first time I'm hearing about it, the writing team as a whole is kind of just vibing. We again got most of the work done out before launch, and we've just been on standby.
Okay. Well, now you got something to do, I guess.
Yeah.
is invite everybody to RDO or Ardeo, depending on where you're from. I don't know. Whether you're into rodeos or I don't know, French cookies. Okay. The I'm just have I been to okay, I'm at the forum right now. The forum is cooking, more or less. Although well, no, it's not. It's still just I mean, this is the forum, right? Share screen, share, right? That's it. Alt
Yeah.
H. Okay, so in 2 days, um, we've had I don't know, 15, 20 posts, right? So, meh, that's not that many. Let me just say that in that same time on their Discord, that's where they're talking. They have made a channel on their Discord to talk about your ARG, and that's where it's happening, which is okay for the other class. But anybody like your friends, your parents live. I I sent my graduate student after the ARGs, and he just started today, right? He was because we had a meeting today, and he's making an escape room, and I was like, well, you should uh, go play the ARGs because it's quite possible that next fall you're going to be doing all this online. Oh, what's an online escape room look like? So, and there's is Lucy Smith's forum also? Is that hopping? Have I been there? Control V. Oh yeah, I've seen this. But you again, let me just say that neither of these forums are where the talk is taking place. It's they're really talking. I mean, maybe there are other people like my grad student or parents or all your friends from Vietnam, Luna, who are talking in these little forums, but it doesn't seem that way. So maybe there's so at this point it's kind of too late. Um, the ship has sailed for providing a community, or maybe not. Maybe you can get these people in, but it's harder. SKC doesn't really have a forum for us to talk, does it, Liv? Nothing that I've seen.
There's sort of just like the comments area on their
Yeah.
page where you can go and talk. I think Karen was there, but you're right, nobody's really.
Right. So, but I think, again, I don't know where this is, but my old student who showed me SKC said when he gave me the data password to that led to those missions, he said this person solved it in the chat, and I kind of went, what chat? Where is there a chat that's talking about this? And I don't know where that is. So it's quite possible there is a small community doing SKC that we don't know about, but I don't know. And we're on the outside of that one, right? We're kind of working it on our own. Karen gave up on SKC. I've gotten busy. I may get back to it over the weekend, but I'm keeping up with 3 ARGs is making my brain hurt. Keeping up with your ARG and their ARG, I honestly, whenever I'm looking at a given character, I don't remember which ARG. Who's this? Lucy? Is Lucy 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock? I don't know. Let me the recipe one. The other thing is, I think now of the recipe one and Fairy Hunter, right? And recipe one, I honestly then have to make the connection of which one's 3 p.m. and which one's 4 p.m. And I don't always make that connection. I think of it as recipes and Fairy Hunter, or I think of it as Troll Hunter. Did you ever see the movie Troll Hunter? It's great. It was on Netflix for a while, but it's a guy who goes around in Scandinavia. It's a Scandinavian movie. He hunts trolls. So okay. Okay, we got time. So that's writing. How we doing, Art?
About the same as last time.
Okay.
Just haven't done anything because there hasn't been anything for us to do. Everything
Okay.
art-wise seems fine. There was one thing I had to update, but that's it.
And what's that?
There was the recipe. It was too hard to read, so I had to re-underline certain things. But other than that, that's the only thing that's been changed.
Okay. And
Eddie has a question.
Oh, what? Eddie, is there a certain thing we need to do in order to get credit for playing the other group's ARG? Your recruiters, as part of their, let's see, I actually made an assignment out of this last year to make sure everybody played the other ARG. Let me go look at that assignment, because ARG play reports. Oh yeah, it's too late to put this out, or is it? Let me see. Oh, huh. So it was for the recruiters to do. To basically, here, I will edit this. I will put this up. Sorry, I should have done this earlier. To Karen K. What's your email, Karen?
KM Royer.
So to save, this should be due on the 12th. Done. And this is actually for the recruiters to kind of do, or to spread this love around. Let's see, save and publish. Right. Where's our, oh no, it's not there. We'll save it and publish it. Okay. But here's what we can do. That is a good question, Eddie. You reminded me, and you can see how I'm getting overwhelmed. Okay, so this is a daily report, because your recruiters have a schedule of who's playing on any given day, right? So I made up just a really simple daily report, and this is, you only have to play one day. You can play more than one day. You can play theirs more than one day. Let me go to new share. Oh, nope. Let me open this. To new share. Oh,
So I've already posted it to the 4 p.m. also.
okay. New share, where is it? There it is. Okay, so this is just a real quick form. You do one for every day. Who's scheduled to play? Identify the story beat that you found, the gameplay activity. The online activity, the two beats, the two story beats, and then a quick, we found a troll hunter and helped him kill trolls. I don't know. This is just so that I see, basically, if somebody's name appears on this, they get 10 points. Okay? Does that make sense? And you can chat. So you can, or you can say, hey, Thursday people, here, do this sheet real quick. I mean, I'm not looking for essays. I'm looking for names, and quickly say, this was story beat 1, this was story beat 2, this was, and who discovered it. Okay. So Eddie, Alex and Logan should have some sort of schedules of who's playing when. Okay. And if somebody else plays that's not on the schedule, put them in the report. And basically, I'm looking for 5 or 6 of these. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 of them. Right. And very quickly, just fill them out, and submit them. And as long as I see names on there, you get credit. That makes sense? Sorry, I forgot all about this. I was busy making sure ARGs happened. Eddie's learning things. Well, you're here, better now than Monday, right? You still have time, Eddie, to play the game. So that basically means that everybody has to play the game, and that it all makes sense now. I had a plan for this that I've totally forgotten about, but the 10 points for the planning, 10 points for the playing, and 10 points for the post mortem. Right? Makes sense. Okay. Let's wrap these up. 3 p.m. Tech. How we doing, Tech? It sounds like we've had problems, Tech. Anybody from Tech? Dennis. Where's
Just been
Dennis?
filling out whatever little requests everyone else has.
Okay.
Really,
Uh, um, today is actually, well, it's actually day 2 by my count. Wednesday was Rabbit Hole Day. Day 1 is Thursday. Day 2 is Friday. Day 3 is Saturday. Day 4 is Sunday, and day 5 is Monday. Right. That's the way I'm counting, because you didn't need to. There is no day 6. Day 6 is day 0.5. You can have it as day 3, whatever. I don't care. I'm not going to argue over it. That's fine.
Tomato, tomato.
Okay, so are you on top of this whole autoresponder thing, Dennis?
yeah. So in the Discord, I said I can only set it as like an hourly interval. I can't set like it'll send out all the emails like at midnight of this day or something like that. So I set it as 1 hour. Asked everyone if 1 hour was enough, and they said, yeah, sure, it's fine. And then I guess it wasn't enough, so then we set it to 7 hours, and that seems to be good enough.
Okay.
But then it's right now for tech, it's just kind of hop on the web server, add files, remove files whenever we need to try and slow down people or get people to download a certain file in order to move on. That's really it.
Okay. The only other thing I'd say is stay available, because when things go wrong, people are going to need to find you, right? So I don't know what kind of contact information you've all shared, but very quick response is will solve a bunch of ulcers down the line. Okay, so how are we doing on theirs, on Fairy Hunter? Who's playing? What's going on? And then I'm over time already. Is anybody playing? Avery's been playing. Tell us about it. You found a Twitter. I found Cletus. Is there another Twitter? Nobody wants to talk about it? Just Cletus. I think Cletus is hilarious. Cletus is very good. Yes. Okay. So have you gotten through everything for today? Oh, today 6 to 8, right? That's the big thing. What's going to happen? It's going to be a live conversation with Cletus. I'm excited, although I'll be at Showfest during that time, which makes me sad. Yes, please record it and post it somewhere. If nowhere else, then in the Discord. Yeah. Okay. So it's funny you guys don't want to be like actual voices.
Alex said he'd talk.
Oh, Alex, tell me how it's going.
Yeah, so it's going good today. Cletus tweeted this like picture of a boat and it had these flags on it. And someone found out that it was like he was sending a message to like the nautical alphabet. So that was actually a password to a Google Drive. And you had to, in order to get into the Google Drive, Lauren, or is it Lauren? No, Jenny, I think it was the one for them. She sent us an email with a Gmail that we could log into, and we used that nautical alphabet puzzle to get into that Gmail and found an email from Cletus inviting us to a folder. And this folder led us to a Reddit that brought us to this cult that was called like the Everlasting, and apparently they're the ones responsible for Gunther's accident in the car or whatever, and they're supposed to be after him again soon. So we think that we're supposed to like protect him or something, but we don't know exactly how we're supposed to do that right now.
Okay. So they're vicious fairies.
Yeah, we don't know if it's like we're still a little confused, I guess, on what the fairies are, because we think it's the cult that's like doing all this stuff, and that's the reason why these people are getting sleepy, because they had mentioned it in like the Reddit post that we found.
Hmm.
So that's kind of what we're hoping to piece together on the phone call today.
Okay, cool. Sounds great. Are you having a good time?
Yeah, I thought it was fun so far, and it seems like everyone's making some good progress, so that's
Yeah,
good.
I like the tone. I like that it's kind of silly, and it started off dark. I'm like, oh, uh-oh, here we go. It's gonna be uh, Cthulhu coming through, and then we got Fairy Hunter, um, and uh, that made me happy.
We're also still convinced that he's somehow in the Discord that we're talking in, or he just like knows someone in the Discord, because he was mentioning people by name in his tweets. And then today, when we found the folder, he had a tweet saying, "I hate when people are going through my things." So we think he either has a mole in there or he's in there under some code name.
Okay. Hopefully they won't abuse your trust in the Discord. We'll see. Okay, we are way over time. So you guys all keep it going. It is very I will be checking in over the weekend, but make sure it's very easy to stall out once the weekend hits, because the weekend hits. But apparently, it's going to snow this weekend, at least around here. So nobody's going to go outside or want to be in the great outdoors playing frisbee, which is what usually happens. So I don't know. Anyway, have a great weekend. Come to Showfest. Call Cletus, and I will see you online or on Monday here at the same bat time, same bat channel. Okay? Bye.